Alright, hey everyone, this is DayTraderRockStar, and I am doing a video on the housing sector, and seeing a buy signal setting up for myself on this coming into the end of this week. So, just going to go back. I want to just about back in the late part of 2009. When was this? Yeah, November, December 2009. I looked and kind of sent out a video on a buy trigger on a housing sector back then, and this is basically at that level, the October-November area, in this identifying this channel. And what was unique about the situation is the channels and the bullish pattern setups, well, fell across most of the stocks in the sector. So DHI had a beautiful channel trade. PHM, these are my notes from back then, PHM, a nice little channel trade in that. Downward, let me see what else I had here. Lenore. There was a nice, beautiful wedge pattern down to the 200 period moving average. Everything lining up very easy with, and all these housing stocks all, setting up with very similar. So you knew that they were all going to move at the same time and get a nice breakout here. And again, looking at some of the, and I could go over and show you the other Ryland here. Ryland, another beautiful wedge pattern, very strong stock, and you can see the results breaking out of that pattern and moving up here. And again, I took this trade, I took a lot of these trades at that time, and I haven't been in the housing stocks really since then. So just today, doing some research and taking a look at the recent home building news, which has been awful, the new home sales. Everything like that has just been off the charts to the downside, and we really got hit over a couple days ago with some of the worst housing numbers since 1960, 63. And now what we're gonna, what's setting up here, and again, I use the stochastics, the trend lines and stuff. I'm seeing the divergence between the sellers now not coming in spiking these stocks any lower, but we're starting to see the momentum start to turn back up. And I want to show you that now, and that's why I think the housing stocks are good going into next week and possibly even tomorrow. So let's start off with PHM. Pulte Homes. Again, we're going to go, this is back in November. We're going to go up to these patterns here today. And this is today. This is today's market. So this is, again, we're starting to see these channels starting to play again. So PHM, very nice channel. This is a beautiful, beautiful channel in the stochastics. I love this combination. I'm very, I got into Ryland. I like that one. I like the home builders, but Pulte Homes is one of the best. PHM. Beautiful channel here. Now what we have here is a turn up crossover on the stochastics here. We're holding off the recent downward channel line. Everything seems to be doing pretty good here. But what I really, appreciate is now this crossover here, the strength into this bearish day, strength into this recent bad news, and actually the housing stock, in a very, what I call a bullish downward channel, because I'm going to be looking for this trade to break to the upside. So again, what's really cueing me in here is the multiple test of this little area that's starting to push back up. I expect this to break out of the channel of the stochastics, and at the same time, we're getting a nice move here on the PHM. DHI, and again, these are, and again, you could basically, this is the old charts back over here. This right now is the new pattern that's developed. And again, channels. Channels are the key here in the housing stocks, even though they've been really extended down, in the dirt here, and we're starting to get that crossover here coming off the bottom. And this is not, this is definitely not a guaranteed thing. This is the first time I'm actually seeing some bullish indicators on the housing, and understanding that all the negative news out there is the perfect opportunity to watch a rally start in the housing stocks. DHI, same channel, stochastic and a bullish crossover. We're starting to come off the bottom, and let's take the next one, Lenore, beautiful channel again, and this is almost considered a double bounce area here. You can see this little double dip here. You got the move down, the pop, pulled back down, and now we're bouncing again. And what you see is when you want to see a breakout of a channel, the way to figure that out is by watching your stochastics. When your stochastics get into a range, meaning going from high to low, high to low, high to low, the stock price action should react with that. So if the stock's in a downtrend, when the stochastics sell off, they're going to go down. When the stock, so they're going to turn up, bounce. Stochastics are going to overbought, but it'll be a lower high, and the next low down will be a lower low. And when that changes, when the stochastics come back into an oversold, and we're yet holding off of the lower low, we're not getting that lower low being put in here, and you're starting to get that cross up, there's a divergence there, and you're going to look for that pop here. And you can see that across the board here. And what I really did notice is why I took the position is in Ryland. And in Ryland, another nice trend line. And you're starting to see, this is the deviation from that trend line. So when you see that long deviation, you know the bad news is in. It's a little volume spike. We look at the stochastics here. Each time we got a pop, we got a little crossover. We got a little crossover. We got a 3-day rally, 2-day rally. But smaller, and then a long pullback from the trend line and pushing back up towards the trend line. And now we're just grinding back here, and the stochastics are grinding back out, but all of a sudden turning back up yesterday in the case of that bad news. And now we're set up for that slanted inverted head and shoulders pattern. Everything looks good. Again, this is considered almost a bottoming channel here on the stochastics, which is good. And we look like to break out of that to the upside and watch these housing stocks move up all together. The XHB is the other one. You can actually follow that. That's the housing ETF. XHB, if you don't feel comfortable in some of these housing stocks. Now, this, if the whole market falls apart, yeah, there's going to be pressure on this sector also. But as right now, I'm liking this for a bounce. This is not a reversal or bottom. I'm not calling that, but I'm calling this as definitely a high probability area for a nice move here in the housing sector. So, hope to see you in the markets. DayTradingRadio.com.